Right, guys, first things first, I need someone trustworthy to look after this. Emma, could you give it to Andy? Right, so Emma, over here we've got 4 game pieces. Yep. You'll recognise those. And we've got some game cards, okay? And the community chess card, which is actually a prediction. So I'm going to leave that right there in front of you. Okay. Now, these cards are all the popular streets from the game Monopoly. And we're going to try something out with these, okay? So what I want you to do, Emma, is if you take hold of that counter, I want you to place it on any one of the properties on the top row. But before you do, I will tell you, let's say you were going to place it on Old Kent Road. Whatever choice you make, we're going to get rid of all the other properties in that row and that column. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so place it on any one you like. Oh, you're going to go for the Old Kent Road. Ah, so we'll get rid of these. Oh yeah, South London lass. So Emma, one thing that's very important, if you have a look at the rental value, you see it's £1, this one's £13. Yeah. I want you to know they're all different. That's £2, that's £3, £5, and so on. They are all different, okay? Mm-hmm. Andy, the next choice comes to you. You get a token, place it on anyone in the second row for me. So you can have Coventry Street, you can have Oxford Street. Oxford Street, you're not going to go for Park Lane? No. Ah, okay, so we'll get rid of these. They'll go. Let's place that up there. So the next one, Emma, you've got Pentonville or Bow Street?
Bow Street.
Bow Street, so we'll get rid of these. And Andy, hardest decision of all, Piccadilly. Perfect. So your 4 choices were Old Kent Road, Oxford Street, Bow Street and Piccadilly. Is there any way I could have known you would select those properties? No. Right, here's the thing. You're good at math, Emma. Could you add up 1 plus 7?
8.
Plus 12?
20.
Plus 14?
34.
34. So the rental value is 34. Mm-hmm. Now, if you'd have chose a combination of any other 4 properties, the rental values would have been different. Yeah. Remember the community chess card? Mm-hmm. Can you just turn it over and read out aloud what it says?
Knock, knock. The landlord is here. The rent is now due. Pay £34.
Right, that's a bit eerie, right? Could be a coincidence, but it is £34. Also, Emma, let's have a look at the mortgage value of the properties. Could you add those up for me? 18 plus 13, that gives us 31, isn't it? Yep. 31, 71, 76.
90, 101.
101. Who's got the envelope? Inside the envelope, I've got some play money. Now remember, you could have chosen any properties and the mortgage value would have been different, but in here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 101.
Wow.
Right? But more than that, you could have ended up with any one of these properties, but you didn't. You chose the Old Kent Road and you chose to place the boot on the Old Kent Road. You chose to place the car on Oxford Street, the dog on Bow Street and the hat on Piccadilly. Now, if you would have chose any other properties, this wouldn't have worked. And if you would have placed the counters on any other cards, it wouldn't have worked. Because I knew, Emma, you would place the boot on Oxford Street. I wrote boot. Andy, I knew you would place the car on this one here. Sorry, that was Old Kent Road, Oxford Street. I put the car. Bow Street, I put the dog. And Piccadilly, I put the hat.
Right. Wow.